Hey everybody, I just did a ridiculous thing. I was like, psh, I could go to bed now. And then I was like, yeah, just let me upload the video of the thing that I just recorded. Only I hadn't recorded it yet. Dingus! I'm recording it right now. Hey, look where you are. This is the infinite regression. This is a place for, saints and sinners alike. This is very similar to the Old Testament concept of Sheol. It's very much based on the ancient Babylonian underworld, where you just, you drink dirt and you eat worms and you just wander around in circles and are bored out of your gourd forever. Yep, just like that. Anyway, so yeah, this is where you ended up, right here in the infinite regression, but don't worry about that. I remembered that there is a show that I'm supposed to do. Oh look at this show. Yeah. Hey, you're going to notice some changes to the show this week. And, I think a lot of them are going to be really positive. I would like to, first of all, is the first thing we have to do. You know that we have to have Stanley out here to do his thing. And I would like to welcome Brother Stanley. Yeah. Brother Stanley has really helped pull me out of a dark place recently, and I just like to thank him publicly for that. And I don't have anything mean to say. I know that in times past I've been very mean and awful to Brother Stanley here, but like a true friend, he's stuck with me and always believed that I could turn it around. And look at me now. Look at how bright-eyed and sober I am right now. That's right, bright-eyed and sober. Anyway, Brother Stanley, if you wouldn't mind doing that amazing job that you do, that we all appreciate so much, a job without which we could not start the show. Oh, there are many white people around that think they could start the show. I bet Braxton over there thinks he could start the show. Braxton, you think you could start the show? He's our head writer. You couldn't, Braxton. Writing the jokes, one thing, delivering the jokes, another thing. But I'm telling you, actually, saying the words on the title card, very different skill set from anything that either of us do. So no, you couldn't do it. Ian, you think you could do this? Ian, no one wants to hear you talk ever. And it's a bit concerning because you're in charge of promotion and people would prefer to stick an ice pick in their brains rather than listen to you talk about anything for any length of time. No, you have that effect on people, Ian, and I think it's only fair that I tell you. Anyway, yeah. I tell you, Chaz couldn't do your job, Brother Stanley, sorry. He couldn't do it, not for a minute. Chaz over here's never worked a day in his life. Clarissa, well, we're not going to talk about her. That wouldn't be fair. Let's just say that I wish that she had found the same path that I did. A path of inner peace and goodness, self-satisfaction, and knowing that you're in the right place with the right people doing the right kinds of things. It just feels good. And I wish Clarissa could know what that's like. Yeah. Kaysen's over here with his hipster nonsense. Yeah, he's oh boy, every week it's like some newfangled ridiculous, like what is it this week? Steampunk Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's it gonna be next week? Penny farthing, penny farthing suspenders. Is that what it's gonna be? I don't know how that would even work or be a thing, but that's you guys. That's you guys. What's next? Artisanal, home baked, beard wax. You know what I'm saying? Like it's yeah, you guys, I don't know what you do. I really don't, but I tell you, you could not replace a Brother Stanley. I you white people, you think you could, you can't. Looking at you, Aiden, your douche canoe parents, giving you such a crappy name. Ugh, God, it's a nothing name. It's a nothing name, Aiden. It's a suffix. Your name is a suffix, and not even a good one. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry that your parents were the kind of people they are, but you know what? You'll probably grow up to be just like them. So it's only fitting. Anyway, yeah, have I, got everyone in the room here? Have I missed anyone? I don't think I did. Anyway, yeah, sorry, Brother Stanley. I understand it's not fair to keep a brother waiting when he has indicated that he would like to speak, and I apologize. And I turn the floor over to you. I cannot wait to hear the amazing way that you say the words on this slide, and this slide only. Weekend Type Fun, Volume 29. Okay, Braxton, I'm looking at your little subtitle here. I mean, I don't know how fun it'll be, but let's throw it at the wall and see what sticks, right? Yeah, I'm good. I'm in such a good place right now, Braxton. I feel like I could do anything, comedically or otherwise. I'm in a very good place, you know? Anyway. Rem, you'd better not have already complained about me making you do all the work. What? Why would I do that? Braxton, I'm not complaining about you. I'm a changed man. I'm a new man, and I think you'll begin to see that after this week's episode. I think the entire world is going to see it's a whole new Rem. A whole new Rem than I used to be. I've been born again in so many ways, and so you're just gonna have to wait and see, just like everybody else. What is Rem about now? Certainly not the kinds of things you think. With your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons, that's me. Play the theme, Rem. Just play the theme. No reason to start the show upset. I'm not upset. Okay? I would be more than happy to play the theme. Let's get the out-of-tuners. And you know what? Let me make sure that my levels are set correctly for this. Oh, they certainly are. They most certainly are set correctly for this. This has always been the theme song. This right here, what I am singing, this has always been and will always be the theme. Yes, we are in complete agreement. The things that we have both been singing about are indeed the theme. And now it should be apparent to all personages within the sound of our voices that we have been singing the one and true theme song, the only theme song that exists and will ever be in the world. Amen. And whatnot. Cha. Wow, just listening to that, I can't help but be struck by the fact that, correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Stanley, but that song sounds an awful like a lot like some of the music that we hear at that. There's this fantastic place, everyone. There's this fantastic, amazing place where Brother Stanley has been taking me lately. What's it called? A chooch? Chooch? Is that? Am I close? Oh, church. Church. Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard of this, ladies and gentlemen? Have you heard of church? My goodness, what a place that is. It's a wonderful place. You all come together, and there's a big, who can wear the fanciest duds on a Sunday contest, and I usually win. I mean, I'm usually the best dressed, but the other people show up. They do what they can, but they don't quite have the star power that I do, and we forgive them for that. For lo, the Lord doth unto whom he doth forgive, wilt forgive unto him again, and lo, he shall be forgiven. That's right. I've even taken to memorizing some of the holy words. So, what do you got to say about that, Braxton? I've been memorizing bits of the holy word. Did you hear me quote from the Book of Inclusions? Yeah, I even know where that comes from. That's from it's chapter 69. It's found on page 420. Anyway, so yeah, I can quote the holy book just like anyone else who's a true believer, but yeah, I'm telling you, this place, church, they've got there's sing-alongs. They've got sing-along time. I do have to say the snack portion is really, really, let's just say it's a bit poor. I've made some suggestions. I've left comments in the comment box. And, all they ever have are these stale crackers and, what tastes like a boxed wine. So, I would suggest maybe an open bar. And no, that's right. Sorry, new man, new times. That's right. I am so sorry, Brother Stanley. I almost gave in to the temptation of thinking about my past life, and I am reborn now. My past life is passed away, and I am reborn a new man. Just like you told me, Brother Stanley, and I'm sorry that you had temptations there. Anyway, boy, but this place, church, I mean, the snacks are a little light. You should probably pack some of your own. But they've got a guy that gets up there and he gives, lectures of a sort, and he gives you life advice that you couldn't possibly follow because it's either too narrow or it's not actionable, something like that. But, boy, it makes you feel better to have someone telling you what to do on a cosmic level. It just feels right. So, 10 out of 10 stars for me, church. Yeah, that's, boy, the highlight of my week, church. Can't wait to get in there, have those little crackers. I asked Brother Stanley over here, I said, if I'm having a little bit of this wine, is that going to, am I going to fall off the wagon because of that? And he said, no, that's, it's symbolic of something or other. I don't remember what it's symbolic for, but, maybe it's symbolic of us being able to, little sip every now and again. Little sip every now and again. It's good. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. We're not We're not gonna, potentially marry Clarissa like we did last time. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so, Braxton, now that I've been going to this place church, and maybe you should go to this place church. I think Brother Stanley, they've got them all over, don't they? Like multiple locations. No, Braxton lives down in the valley, and might be a lot farther away for him than it is for some of the rest of us who live up on the hill. Yeah. Braxton, they have multiple locations. It's as I thought. So, you can get yourself to church and, learn a thing or two. Last week, man, we heard the craziest story about a man swallowed by a whale. I don't know that whales can open their mouths like that. Don't they just have, big, front parts on their teeth that just strain the water out, and they don't really have to open it? Isn't that a thing? I thought that was a thing. Anyway, all right. We played the theme. Let's move on with our lives. This week's episode, I thought we'd keep it nice and simple, something relatable that everyone could enjoy. So I'm going to have you read some poetry that I've thrown together at the last minute and totally didn't pre-write or whatever. Oh my God, Braxton, I never knew you were a poet. I am so excited about this. Ever since I started going to church, you remember church, right, Braxton? Church is so amazing. Anyway, the craziest thing, I needed to go, hit the parking meter because I forgot to pay before I went inside the building. Yeah, church is in a building. Boy, you won't believe this place. Big, really, kind of gaudy on the inside, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's a little bit like, they let Elvis Presley do the decorating or something, but, everybody's got their own tastes, and the guy there's a man in is it a dress? Brother Stanley, it's a vestment, a vestment. So it's like a long, flowy vest. Is that right, Brother Stanley? Yeah, I think that's right. It's a long, flowy vest. That's what a vestment is. So anyway, that fella gets up there and he tells us stories. We got the one about the guy gets swallowed by a whale. And, these are just, old morality plays. It's not like, these actually happen. Told us this one about, God got angry at everybody and flooded the entire world and tried to kill everyone. Oh, man, that's really something. Boy, I tell you what. Anyway, anywho's, it's church, it's really something. Anyway, I don't think I finished my story. I'm sitting there in church and I'm thinking, oh my God, I gotta go feed the meter. And and I reach into my pocket. I got nothing. I've just got my card, and I know the meter outside only takes coins. Well, guess what? Pretty soon this plate gets passed around. It's like a congregational take a penny leave a penny kind of situation there. And I needed a few things out of the tray, and I took only what I needed. I think that's what the big man, that's what we call him, right, Brother Stanley? The big man, the guy upstairs, the guy, white robe, big old beard, kind of like Santa Claus, but instead of coming once a year, he never comes any year ever. Yeah, anyway, regardless, church, boy, what a place. We went and fed the meter, and You know, they just make it easy for you. You know. Anyway, sometimes that trail come by and I'm like, oh, that's right, I got to break a 5 or something, and you do it real simple and easy. They, just kind of nice amenities that you get when you go to the church. The church, highly recommended that church. Anyway, let's read some poems. I'm really excited about this, Braxton. Yeah, that's right, poetry. I used to want to be a poet. I hope you still do. I bet you got quite a talent for it, Braxton. When I was 16, I became obsessed with the beat poets, and I always wanted to visit City Lights bookstore in San Francisco, and I didn't get to do it until last year. This has meant a lot to me for a long time, so I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't crap on my dreams. Okay. Braxton, I'm not crapping on your dreams. I'm trying to support you. We are best friends after all. No. Brother Stanley's just my sponsor. Just between you and me, I kind of can't stand the guy. I mean, sober all the time, he's really not a lot of fun, but he's been helping me out and whatnot. Anyway, moving on. What was your dream? Be a professional hockey player. And what are you now? The unknown host of an unknown internet show that nobody watches because you can't always think of things to talk about. And even when you do, they don't always work out as well as you'd hope. Yeah, lecture me on not making my dreams a reality. Okay. Braxton, I thought we were better friends than this. It just, I don't know where this hostility is coming from. Anyway, I just want a public platform or a public forum for my poetry, and would it be so hard if I just use this show as a platform? Hey, don't worry about it, buddy. We gotcha. We're gonna take care of you. Here we go. Oh, there's more. I mean, if no one is watching, then we can try something new, right? And if people like it, would it be so bad? Let's be the show that actually tries something new for once. If you're not going to do it, who is? Who's less known than you? That's a good point. I mean, he makes a really compelling point. So, here we go. So now I give you poems that I definitely wrote weeks ago and not right now, right after I finish writing these words. No, this poetry thing is important to me, and I wouldn't have just made a bunch of poems at the last second as some kind of lame doubling back comedy bit. I wrote these poems a totally long time ago, and I never lie about anything. Ask my mom. Go ahead. I'll wait. And you didn't call her. That's right. Okay, but first, Rem, are you going to tell us what happened last week? You were drunk at... Oh, please don't talk about my former self. I like to think that I've been reborn. Born of water and of the Spirit, as it hath been said. And, I prefer not to think about things that I'd done that were not good, for the Lord and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know that there's much to tell. I just got very drunk, and then I, sent messages about xylophones to the high school band director. I mean, that's very normal, right? I don't play the xylophone. I'd like to start. Is this teacher going to help me? I need to know this. It's 2 a.m. We've got to find out. Okay. So hopefully you've improv'd for a while. I didn't. I mean, we're 24 minutes in. I've just been doing the regular stuff. I haven't really improv'd much of anything because what's there to work off of? You really didn't bring me much. So... because I am seriously writing these poems right now at the last moment, and I honestly don't know, A, whether or not they'll be long enough to fill up this show. Oh, don't worry about it. It's a whatever. Or B, whether or not anything in them will be worth telling. Oh, they're poems. Of course they're not going to be good. What are you talking about? They're going to be awful, and we'll all be lucky to survive them. So here we go. Poem number 1, Soul Depth. Oh boy, I can't wait for this one. This one sounds solid. I walk a crooked mile neath the crooked concrete sky, with my heart on my shirt sleeves and my shirt sleeves rolled, and the rolls pinned and the pins rusted. And the God of the universe looked on with indifference. So I walk crookedly on, utterly and completely alone. Oh man, that is some heavy nonsense right there. It's total nonsense, but it's real heavy, like, you know what I'm saying? This is very much like, nothing we do matters. We're all going to be dead someday. And it's like, yeah, we're just going to be looking at what we've done and thinking like, man, we should have done better. And it'll be too late by then. Probably already is too late. Yeah. Okay, the Boss Man Tango. Oh, there's a picture of me. See if this is a flattering one. The boss man flaps his flabby lips. I don't have flabby lips. My lips are normal. I have very normal lips. Like, I'm well within the range of normal lips. Size, density, mass. You give it the water displacement test, my lips would be right in the middle, absolutely average. Anyway, why are you... okay. The boss man flaps his flabby lips with spittle crusted in the corners. I don't get that. That's gross. He has a host of questions. Why are you late? Yeah, I want to know that every day. Why is it that, like, you know when school is supposed to start, 8 o'clock, and you rolling in at times when you know class is already well underway? What are you doing? You know? Why do you smell like a Fish concert? Why do you use so many eye drops? Do you know what, boss man? Why don't you take your 9 to 5 and cram it up your mission statement? Some of us were born to fly, and the jazz cigarettes give me wings. Oh, I worry about you and those jazz cigarettes. That's not a good thing to have around for a kid your age. You know, you're going to permanently damage your brain. Anyway, also, I don't appreciate you making it out like I'm the one who's causing you to have work. I mean, yeah, I didn't create your job description. And I certainly barely know what you do. So, yeah. Don't get all butthurt at me about it. Okay. Oh, this is our actual mission statement. Weekend type mission statement. Try to be less god-awful today than you were yesterday, because honestly, sometimes I just can't with you people. I mean, right? Okay, Ode to Dulce. God. Had to know she'd be making a reappearance. I mean, still doesn't work here, ladies and gentlemen. Still does not work here. From what I can tell, doesn't want to work here. And Braxton is still pining away as if he's got a shot. This is ridiculous. You need to give up, Braxton. Anyway, here we go. Ode to Dulce. Dulce, your skin is like coffee with a creamer stirred in, like those meme videos where people stir in the intricate latte designs. Those videos are funny. Your eyes are the color of dirt, but, you know, really sexy, fertile dirt. Forbidden dirt that my parents would hate if I tracked on their nice white rug. Let's do it, Dulce. Let's run wild back to the land of your people. My parents be damned. Oh, it's another Dulce one. He just flipped the picture over thinking we wouldn't notice. Oh, we noticed. Why don't you have more pictures of your wife, you silly? Anyway, this is Milady Dulce's Ein. Ein is the old school, the archaic way of saying eyes, plural. So here we go. Thine eyne are like unto the lowly dirt, the soil from whence the wholesome flowers bloom. Thine exotic peepers, whose gaze doth hurt, when fixed upon some other in the room. I would my Dulce's brown spheres had no sight, for gallants and fops who are not I. I'll slay them all with words for my despite, and become the only sight for thine eye. Wow, that's really weird and terrible. I'm afraid of that. I'm just going to tell you openly. Milady Dulce, I will tell thee true. Mine eyne hath never, ever, ever seen another exotic beauty like you, and I'd be proud to make you my queen. And though my boss wants some fair-skinned trollop, in choosing her he chooses a wallop. Oh, 'cause we're not going to remember that he's old anymore. We're just going to hit him. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, poem number 5. Half-pound bag of angst. A half-pound of angst for an equal measure of injustice, sir. You know, if you keep your punch card, the 15th oppressive act against your show's writer is free. No Clemson rap fink will ever know how deep my soul goes down, of how much more strongly my feelings feel than his primitive school mind understands. Okay, here we go. Poem number 6. Yeah, the poem number 5. This is a bit rough, right? Ugh. Anyway, poem number 6. An ode to Jennifer Connelly's performance and career opportunities. 1991, that is when the film was made. It is a film of the highest order and definitely well worth watching. Especially, yeah. Anyway, I won't tell you. I won't spoil anything. Yeah, so here we go. Ode to Jennifer Connelly's performance and career opportunities. How did you ever fit them into that tiny white tank top? The fabric strains as you skate through the store. As you undulate on the pony's back, they gyrate like two pendulums, keeping perfect time. All eyes on them, all eyes on you. You are perfection. All others are but pale, flat shadows. Don't you want to see this movie right now? I know I do. Okay, here we go. I'll give you my actual thoughts on cockroaches. Anyway, here we go. My thoughts on thee, thou cockled roach, are filled with violence, rage, and hate. Thy conduct is beneath reproach from hell, foul demon. You came straight. Hated by all and loved by none, with Satan's lies thou art imbued, and I would cast thee to the sun, but you make such great lizard food. That's it. I mean, lizards like them. If it weren't for lizards, I would 100% support at taxpayer cost, a mission that pays to send all the cockroaches in the country directly into the burning heart of the sun. And, like, we could learn a lot from that kind of experiment. But, you know, we don't see it. Now, anyway. Poem number 7, a poem from Braxton's mom, who still believes in that false old God and not the one and only true God, who is Emmylou Harris. Yeah, I mean, get with the times, Grandmama. Anyway, here's her poem. When Jesus taught the children sweet, with children gathered at his feet. Wait a minute. You're mentioning this children part twice. That's absurd. Okay. He told them stories of great worth of his incredibly miraculous birth, and how he calmed the stormy sea, and how he can still calm people like you and me. For truly he is the King of Kings, the Messiah, and many other things. Because Jesus is the best, you see. He's a super sweet, sexy white deity for you and me. There you go. There you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am not doing very well. I'm just going to zip right through the next couple of poems and then bring this thing to an end. Sorry. Oh, cat just pooped and the smell is overwhelmingly bad. Poem number 8, a poem about getting too fat for my favorite shirt. I know the feeling. Neil Diamond is the Jewish Elvis, is what you told the world, and for too long I took for granted the fact that I could easily slide you on, and that you'd always help me start conversations with the pretty non-practicing girl at the college party. But now what am I to do when I can't comfortably wear you without risking the possibility of displaying undergut and disappointing Sarah Verschbau even before getting to talk to her about what a great show Invader Zim is? Yeah, it's all about Sarah Verschbau. She's non-practicing. And she's super cool, and she's into cool things, and she likes your Jewish Elvis shirt, and she, is like, no, don't wear it ironically, because Neil Diamond for real, and you're like, yeah, for real, though. For real, Neil Diamond. That is factually accurate. Poem number 9, Loved and Lost. You came into my life like an atomic blast off the coast of Bikini in the Marshall Islands. By the way, Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, that's where the term bikini comes from, because that's where they were having atomic blasts, and then a French fashion designer who had invented the concept of a bikini saw that that's where the United States was doing nuclear tests, and he was like, well, this new outfit that I've created is a bombshell, and so he named it the Bikini after the island in the Marshall Islands where they were blowing off nuclear bombs. Anyway, it's just a fun fact. You're gonna get informed, if nothing else, in this show. Poem number 9, Loved and Lost. You came into my life like an atomic blast off the coast of Bikini in the Marshall Islands, and played me like an artichoke before 1 week was done. But do not fret for me, my still beloved flame. I would rather let you melt my skin with your radiation than suffer a lifetime without seeing your mushroom clouds. I don't get it. I don't get it, Braxton. I officially do not get this. I do not understand your poem. There's no man from Nantucket. What am I to do with this poem? I don't get it. Anyway, great show, by the way. People are going to love this one. Holy frick, where was this font the whole time? It would have, I would have written way better poems with this one. Yeah, it's much more poetry, like helpful. It's much more, much better suited to poetry. Okay, one last poem. You think you're so hard with your hair spikes set like razor blades and your safety pin piercings gleaming in the summer Tempe sun. Your leather jacket is spangled in spikes and patches from bands, some I know well, some bands I've seen live and some I've never heard of. My God, you're cool. I used to be just like you, but now I have my own place. I have a job, and they make me wear a neoprene sleeve to cover my tattoos. I think I made a huge mistake. I sold my soul to the capitalist devil for $36,000 a year, plus dental. Was it enough? Did we make enough for a show? Not quite. I mean, like, it's whatever. It's whatever, as my son would say. I'm just so tired right now, and I just need to go to bed. Anyway, no closure. The end. This program was made possible by the Igneous and Gertruldina Buckcomer Foundation and by viewers like you. Promotional considerations provided by Ralph Morgan's Extra Strangly Snakes, the Lonely Ass Librarians Guild, Grandpappy True Reel's Foul Smelling Balms and Gruels, and the one and only True God. This program was directed and performed by Rem Pemberton. Of the Clemson Pembertons, I'm pretty sure you knew which one. Hey, we made mint chimp ice cream real again this week, Rem. We did. Mint chimp ice cream is real. It's real, and it's so amazing. Anyway, written by Braxton White Guy. He's having a good time right now. I mean, during writing, during the performing, it was a rough time. Theme song by the Out of Tuners. A presentation of Non-Sober Badger Productions. It's more like a presentation of super freaking tired Badger Productions. Anyway, I go to bed soon. A subsidiary of the large, boring-sounding corporation with surprisingly questionable business practices, Lawful Asset Holdings Incorporated. A branch of the intentionally vague corporation whose purpose may never be known, the Blaine Group. And communism. It's not dead yet, suckers. This week's lucky listener giveaway. Cicerino Cess Picarelli. Wait, didn't Cess impress on Say Yes to the Dress when the model named Tess thought that she could never caress a dress as fearless as the dress that Cess found? The dress to which Tess said yes, and with it did bless her nuptial success? That Cess? Same guy, huh? Well, it's a small world. Guess something nice is happening for Cess. That's good. And how have we never done this before? The destination. Cess Picarelli, you're headed to scenic downtown Battle Creek, Michigan. That's right, Battle Creek, Michigan. Town that everybody ought to visit at least once in their lifetime. Where you'll stay at the lovely Hometown Inn and dine at Happy's Pizza, both real locations in Battle Creek, Michigan. No more. It's over. I'm not going to drag the infinite regression back over people. I'm just going to stop it right here. Okay, bye.